Take a look back at the top 5 stories that made the biggest environmental impact.
Our ongoing mission with this franchise is to enlighten, educate, and engage more of you to care and make a difference. Here's Louis Aguirre with the final Don't Trash Our Treasure of 2023.
Number 5. We end the year with a big win for the environment.
This horse is dead.
Miami-Dade County Commissioners voted to kill a lease extension for Miami Wilds, a proposed water park on a Zoo Miami parking lot right next to environmentally sensitive Pine Rockland, home to several endangered species, including the Florida bonneted bat.
It could be the first time in my memory, that the BCC has prioritized the environment over development.
Zoo Miami's Ron McGill leading the charge, not as spokesperson, but as a private citizen, joining other conservationists, fighting developers, and warning of irreparable damage should the water park be built here.
Water parks are fun. It just doesn't need to be right in the middle of this critically important habitat.
Score a big dub for the bats and the beetles. The water park dead for now. At number 4, plans thwarted to protect a critical nesting habitat in fragile Biscayne Bay.
Every single day, we see jet skis running through here.
Big controversy over a resolution passed by City of Miami commissioners that was supposed to safeguard a newly documented rookery of protected marine birds on an island near Morningside Park.
Unfortunately, a lot of the birds have been killed, and I've been getting photographs. And it's because there's a lot of action here, especially during the weekend.
The resolution was supposed to ban motorized boating and jet skiing 500 feet from the island, per FWC guidelines. But the measure that actually passed was at the last minute stripped of important language.
It did not establish any restrictions to boating whatsoever. Exactly what the birds need, they took out of the item.
Eco-activists allege the city was influenced by the Florida Inland Navigation District, which opposed the restrictions and threatened to withhold $4.3 million in Morningside Park improvement funds if the resolution passed. Conservationists vow this fight is not over. At number 3.
It's just disgusting to see that kind of behavior.
Anger and outrage after this viral video showing what tiny Willis Island looks like after a day of boaters recreating here in the heart of Biscayne Bay.
By the end of the day, the trash starts to accumulate. Everybody finishes up, they pack up, they go home, but the trash stays.
We've been reporting on this growing problem for the past 2 years.
I am so tired of picking up your trash.
State lawmakers now stepping up to address it.
Bad actors should be held accountable.
Floating new legislation to require boaters pass an education course and possibly even restricting boater access to these islands.
No anchoring zones, for example. Just passive recreation in and out of these islands may work.
At number 2, 2023 going down as one of the wettest South Florida has ever experienced. Fort Lauderdale receiving a record 109 inches of rain this year after historic flooding in April.
We were powerless to stop it.
Miami also seeing a whole lot of rain, underscoring a persistent problem in Little Havana, where tons of street litter is constantly clogging storm drains, causing flooding, frustrating residents who say the city is not addressing this problem.
Even when we don't have biblical storms, just a little rain, it floods.
When we spoke to city officials, they promised maintenance is being stepped up, but so far residents say the problem persists.
It breaks my heart to see this. We need help.
And at number 1, the heat is on.
94 degrees is just extremely hot.
2023 officially the hottest year ever recorded on planet Earth. The sweltering summer devastating South Florida's coral reefs.
If this doesn't wake people up, I don't know what will.
Ocean temps, bathtub hot, bleaching many of the corals, especially in the Keys and dry Tortugas. Scientists calling this the worst coral bleaching event ever in our state's history.
We're seeing 100% bleaching. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
And though cooler waters in the fall have helped some of the corals bounce back, there is also mass mortality.
Many of the corals that bleached in July and August have now died, especially a lot of the staghorn and elkhorn corals.
Scientists say it's still too early to tell what the long-term impact will be, but one thing is certain, the planet's corals are doomed unless the global community steps up to urgently address the climate crisis.
That no matter how resilient we make our reefs, unless we get the root cause behind this, which is climate change, greenhouse gas emissions, pollution and emissions, unless we get those under control, coral reefs don't have a chance.
something we all need to be paying more attention to. For a deeper dive into all these stories, plus all our environmental reports, we have them all cataloged for you. Just scan that QR code. They'll take you straight to the Don't Trash Our Treasure page on local10.com.